Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Hillary Clinton spoke out in the mainstream media for the first time in a period of time. There's been some silence from her and her campaign. The headlines have been mostly focused on the nonsensical stories as well as the Republican Party, and namely Donald Trump. Anyhow, yesterday, the date she spoke out was a date with major 33 connections. It was the lone day of the month of August with 33 numerology, and it was the first day of the 33rd week of the year. Of course, the name Clinton has Pythagorean gematria of 33, which I want to talk more about its origins. If you're new to my work, I've been doing this research since 2013, and when I decoded what I found out about Clinton way back when, I knew for sure I had figured out something very important, and since then I've made many important discoveries. But this was some of my groundbreaking stuff when I first started. Let me share it with you again, in case you're new here. William Jefferson Clinton, the 42nd president. Think about how they called him the first black president, and now what we know about 42 being coded over black people throughout history. Maybe even a little subtle racial joke there. The first black president, a white guy, number 42. Anyhow, he was not born William Jefferson Clinton. He was born William Jefferson Blythe Jr. His father was a wealthy businessman from Arkansas who was murdered on the date of May 17, 1946. Well, I assert that he was murdered, but in truth, the police report said that he died by accident. Let me tell you the facts, and then let's see what you think. He was found dead on the side of the road, drowned in 3 feet of water, traveling from Chicago back to his hometown of Arkansas on a routine business trip. The date he died on is the 137th day of the year. The number 137 is the 33rd prime number. Also, this is a date with 33 numerology. Added up digit for digit, 33. The name Clinton in Pythagorean gematria sums to 33. This date, with another method of numerology, 5 plus 17 plus 19 plus 46, sums to 87. Just like the name Clinton with simple English gematria. The name William Jefferson Clinton, a name that he took on when he went to college in his teenage years, long after the death of his father, sums to 111, which is interesting because this connects to New York. And as it happens, the name Clinton comes from New York. The original governor of New York was George Clinton. Notice George Clinton's birthday, July 26, 1739. In New York, everything is coded 39. New York equals 39 in Pythagorean gematria. Empire equals 39. The United Nations there's 39 floors tall. The date of establishment has 39 numerology. And there's a whole lot more. The name George also has Pythagorean gematria of 39. And look at New York's establishment date, July 26, 1788. I've done a video showing how all these numbers tie into Revelation, but notice that the original governor of New York has the same birthday as its date of establishment, and this is where the name Clinton originally comes from. George Clinton was the 4th vice president, so an immensely powerful political man. Okay, back to Hillary, back to William Jefferson Clinton, back to this family, this powerful political family of the modern times that's careers are done by the numbers. This story came on April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. In New York, everything is coded 39 and its reflection 93. Hillary Clinton was senator in New York. This article is from Time magazine stating that Hillary Clinton is the perfect age to be president and to run for it as a woman. What I want you to know is Hillary Clinton in Pythagorean gematria sums to 73. Perfect in simple English gematria sums to 73. They're saying this about her age at 67. Hillary Clinton is now a woman of a certain age. The word female in Jewish gematria sums to 67. 67. The 67th day of the year is March 8th, which is International Women's Day. You can look this up, March 8th, 67th day of the year, International Women's Day. As I've said so many times, our calendar, our language, it's all coded by these numbers. It's just that these elites have never told us, never taught us. They've kept it a secret. They flaunted it in front of our faces, which is what these articles are about, saying she's the perfect age, and then putting these numbers there, knowing that almost no one in their reading audience has a clue, outside of Masons in higher places. They don't respect us, truth seeker. They mock us, they laugh at us, and they expect our obedience. Hillary Rodham's full name is Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. Initials with 33, Diane in simple English gematria is 33. Of course, the name Clinton's 33. Notice she was born in the lone month with 33 gematria, October, born on the 26th day, the God number, born in the year 47. If you watch my very first video, I say the numbers 26, 33, 47, 74 are among the most important. Very first video, here we find them all in Hillary Rodham Clinton, who was born to be. With regards to this 33 stuff, Paul Begala, Bill Clinton's right-hand man, 33 name. Hillary Clinton's Paul Begala is Lisa Muscatine. Lisa, with a very curious spelling. If you do the S exceptions on this name, Lisa, it sums to 33. Muscatine, also a 33 name. So a double 33 coding name in her chief speechwriter, political advisor's name. The 33 is so potent with these people. She's a Rhodes Scholar. Rhodes, one of these 33 words. If you've seen the latest Batman movie, Truth Seeker, you might remember that in the end you find out it's a woman who's behind it all. And she says that she had to take on the name Miranda to get in the gang. Miranda, a 33 word. She had to change her name to Miranda to be part of the League of Shadows, or whatever it's called in Batman. I've done a video post on Miranda rights. Everything about that story is 33, just like almost every major story with the Supreme Court. But notice the gematria of Batman, Jewish gematria of 174, just like New World Order. And I have videos from, more than a year ago saying how the New World Order is really an old world order. The United States was one of its many creations along the way. Maybe its grandest. For a period of time, there was no news about Hillary Clinton. Then on March 3rd, 3/3, they had this major attack piece against her about her email account. This started March 3rd. Now look at where it's gone all these months later. It's over 5 months later. We've heard nothing but Hillary's email. This is a story of the 33. Come the political debate season, it'll probably be all about email. We'll all be going crazy, laughing at us. The date Hillary announced her presidential campaign on was April 12th, the 102nd day of the year, a date with 31 numerology. 31 is the 11th prime number. New York is the 11th state. Remember, there's a lot of 11 New York connections going on with the Clintons. April 12th, the 102nd day of the year, ties in with the gematria of United States of America. Remember, the September 11th attacks from beginning in New York to end when the final tower fell was a span of 102 minutes. 102 minutes is also an hour and 42. The word terrorist equals 142. All part of the coded history we live in. Think of how all these years Bill Clinton's been out there shouting down 9/11 truth seekers. Years talking poorly about people who speak truth to power on 9/11. Truth seeker, you wouldn't believe this right now, but I have CNN going on behind me, and I just have to laugh at this world. This guy, Jeff Zeleny, is literally on the TV right now talking about Hillary Clinton in between all the Ferguson coverage, all this stuff by the numbers, videos on all of it. What a joke. Anyway, Jeff Zeleny, look at the name. Zeleny. Pay attention. This guy's always on TV talking about Hillary Clinton. One of these 33 agents. That's what exists on our TV. Agents, from the politicians to the anchors to the guests, these people with the coded names, often having this gematria, all working for an agenda against us. These people are frauds. They deserve to be drugged in the street and shot. All of them. If you just pay attention to the headlines, Truth Seeker, you'll see what I see. Hillary Clinton holds 33-point lead over Joe Biden. Are there lurking shadows? That was from March 3rd, 3-3 to 3-5. Some of the other numbers in this reporting are quite interesting. Also, Truth Seeker, earlier this year in the UK elections, there was a big deal made about the 20-year-old female, the youngest person to take office since 1667, and it was a woman. Remember, we were talking about 67 in women. Female equals 67. International Women's Day is the 67th day of the year. The girl who won it, her name was Mari Black, which has gematria of 87, like simple English Clinton. You know? What's it all about, Truth Seeker? Is it all a coincidence? All right, let's move on with this show. Talked about New York, the Clinton connections, people in high places. Let's think about something else, Truth Seeker. With regards to International Women's Day, it was flight MH370 that disappeared on International Women's Day, the 67th day of the year. Now, in this case, it could have to do with water, because the plane disappeared over water. Water has gematria of 67 as well. This plane disappeared on March 7th in the United States when it happened. It was March 7th, United States time. March 7th, the 66th day of the year. The word woman has gematria of 66, female 67 in Jewish gematria. Anyhow, this plane had 239 passengers on board, right? Foreshadowing the date September 23rd. And just this past week from doing this research, I realized the political tie-in between Democrats and Republicans in September 23rd. But right now, I just want you to notice how this plane disappeared on International Women's Day with 239 passengers. We've been talking about that number 67 in regards to Hillary Clinton. That was a plane incident. Here's a train incident. This train crashed at 9:23 p.m. Another reference to the date September 23rd, like 239 passengers on MH370. $239, a lot like the 23rd day of September. 9:23, a lot like September 23rd. In the wake of this crash, Michael Anthony Nutter, man with 93 gematria, a number coded over black Americans of importance throughout history, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Malcolm X to Rosa Parks and more. What I recall about him speaking out that day, the morning after the wreck, was what he was wearing. He had this Clinton Global Initiative t-shirt on, which made me go, Clinton Global Initiative. And he had this OEM hat on. Both of these things are tributes to 33, and it just made me wonder, did the Clintons have a bigger hand in this spectacle than any of us know? I don't know how powerful this Clinton family is from behind the scenes. As I've shown you, they're deeper than Bill and Hillary. They date back to the original governors of New York, the original presidencies. Powerful political family. At the time, I was showing how all this stuff was synced up with Revelation coding. Revelation is 1010 in Jewish gematria, just so you know. International Women's Day, March 8th, the 67th day of the year. With regards to politics, there are donkeys and elephants, Democrats and Republicans. And right now it seems that the Republican Party is playing into the way Hillary Clinton wants it, the way she needs it. She has the Republicans going out and making misogynistic statements about females, building this narrative for the woman to come and be the hero of the day. And she's not saying much in the time the Republicans are building up this narrative through all of their agents. A lot's being foreshadowed for the date September 23rd. And somehow this date might come in to play a major part in the upcoming political campaign of Hillary Clinton and the rest of the politicians in the race. Also, Truth Seeker, the day before Hillary spoke, and actually into the early hours of the morning that she did spoke, the goddess Kali was shown on the Empire State Building. Kali is the goddess of time, destruction, and change. Think about a woman becoming president. That is some real change. The gematria of Kali is 33, and she's shown into the early hours of the morning on the first day of the 33rd week of the year, the date with 33 numerology. The date that Hillary would later speak, Miss 33 herself, who has all sorts of connections to New York. So something is being foreshadowed. And these people on the stage before us are just actors playing their part in what is being waged against us. I'm not saying Hillary and Bill are great conspirators planning this against us. I'm saying they're part of these political dynasties fulfilling, their role in what's being waged against us. A lot of us are speculating that it could be something such as a political assassination on this date. Here's something interesting proposed by the 114th Congress. H.R. 923, which is a law amending who cannot carry firearms. Getting more specific, legislation that hasn't existed. H.R. 923, a lot like September 23rd. Maybe also connected to this date, this head that we're coming to. To close on a lighter note, we've been talking about some serious stuff. We're going to watch we're going to watch this video of politicians and how they are truly actors, going before audiences, putting on shows, deceiving the people before them as if it's nothing. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, Truth Seeker. So the way we're going to close out here is just by watching a little more than 10 minutes. It's mostly Obama doing the stunt the way the video's made, but in the end, it shows other politicians, including Rick Santorum of the Republican Party and Hillary Clinton herself, doing this exact same stunt. What you should take away from this is just how dishonest these people are, how on board they are with going along with lies, just lying to people in front of crowds. It's so easy to see that our politicians are sociopaths, and when we vote for them, we are supporting the worst people among us. These people are deceivers. All of them. Unless I run for office. Here we go.
Looks like somebody might have fainted up here. If we got some of the EMS, somebody. Don't worry about, folks do this all the time in my meetings. I mean, you always got to eat before you stand for a long time. That's a little tip, but they'll be okay. Just make sure that, give them a little room. Everybody all right down there? You want to make sure everybody's okay? We need some help. You all right? We need some water here. And if we got an EMT, somebody just feels a little faint. They've been standing up a little too long. And if somebody has some fruit juice in their back pocket, that would be helpful. There you go. There's just somebody who fainted down there. They'll be all right. Just give them a little room. If we got an EMT, somebody help out right here. And just get them some water. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. Just give them a little space. If If you lost your job right now, and after the Cobra ran out, looks like we got somebody who might have fainted down there, so we got a medic. No, hold on. I'm talking about there's somebody who might have fainted right down here. So if we can get a medic just back here, they're probably okay. Just give her or him some space. 15,000. Looks like somebody might have fainted up here. If we got some of the EMS, somebody. Don't worry about it. Folks do this all the time in my meetings. I mean, you always got to eat before you stand for a long time. That's a little tip, but they'll be okay. Just make sure that give them a little room. It looks like everybody's waving back there. Did somebody faint? Is that right? Did somebody faint back there? Or are you just saying hi? Okay, if somebody fainted, can EMT just check that out? Because sometimes that happens. We want to make sure that we get somebody. They'll be okay. Give them some space and some water. That's why you go to a 20,000 person rally. Make sure they eat something before you get it. Back in 1908, somebody faint. Do we have a EMT here? Right down here. Just give them a little bit of space. This happened during my political campaign all the time. I was talking too long. People would be falling out every which way. They're usually fine. They just need a little bit of air and a little bit of water. Right down here, right in the middle. Not you. You're fine. Oh, so okay, we'll be all right. They probably were just standing too long. Just give them a little space. Where's EMS folks? They'll be okay. Just give them a little space. This happens sometimes. You guys been here a while after the magging? Well, no, you have to eat ahead of time. Keep your blood sugar high. We got somebody over there? Jordan? Right in the middle. There we go. Here's our guy. Make a little room, everybody. Okay, I think you're gonna be all right. Okay. So remember, eat before you come to a presidential event. We need, if we have a medic, if we have somebody, I think we may have somebody outside. Somebody just fell. They probably felt a little bit faint. Are you okay? We need some water. Is somebody still on the ground?
These people trying to get up there.
Can somebody get them some water? Is she okay? We're out of combat by next year. Do we have somebody who fainted? Hold on, we got somebody who's sick. Can we get somebody? We got medical attention coming. All right, make some space for her and let her lie down. We've got somebody down here. Do we already have the paramedic coming? Okay. Are you a paramedic right here? Okay, why don't you let her slide through? Sorry for the interruption, guys. All right. This is what happens, folks get too excited about Oprah. Is somebody okay? Did somebody just get faint? Make sure you give them a little space. All right. They're just a little overheated. Make sure that they get some water. Somebody got a bottle of water? You got one? Here. Right here. You got some water? Hey, guys. Right here. Make sure she's okay, all right? But she looks okay. It looks like we have somebody who may have fainted. Give them a little bit of room. And if we have Anybody from EMT here? It'd be great. Yeah. Somebody's gonna be able to just get some space and they're practicing a little bit. Can people make some space? All right. And if somebody has some more, there you go. You got good hands? All right. Hold on a second, young lady. You okay? Why don't you sit down, though? So somebody guide her out and let her sit down, because she's just feeling a little faint. She's fine. You probably didn't eat lunch. That's the problem. She'll be okay. Why don't you help somebody help her just sit. Somebody help her sit down. Can we get a chair on the side where somebody can sit down and just, there's a chair over here. Make a path. Make a path. She's going to be okay. To free families from the pervasive fear that one illness. I got you. No, you're okay. This happens when I talk too long.
You guys, I just want to point out that we get bombarded with so much shit that I truly had forgotten that last thing happened until just now watching this video. And, you know, that's exactly what they do to us. They dump so much shit on us, we can't keep our head straight. We can't even remember what's been done. And I remember now how ridiculous I thought that was at the time. I mean, you could see that he turned around and then she went into her fall. It was just so scripted. And all for fake, you know, theatrics to make the hero of the president? I mean, are we this petty of people?
Sorry, we have someone who's, I think the heat has got to them. So make sure if there's any emergency personnel that can get here, I'm going to make sure that this person gets some help. There you go. Hand that down. There you go.
And I just have to say something. I see how people get duped by politicians such as Barack Hussein Obama, being it, you know, a once-in-a-lifetime thing, as so many people said at the time. I was telling everyone what a big setup it was and how they were all falling for a carrot. But my point is I don't understand how anybody outside of Rick Santorum's own family would ever vote for such a guy. I mean, what's the appeal of a Rick Santorum? This guy has been disgusting for the past 2 decades that he's been on the political scene.
You okay? Tell us he's okay.
Right here. Appreciate if everybody just say a little prayer for that young lady.
Have you ever noticed how they love to have the nation pray for their hoaxes? Always asking us to pray for the victims of these hoaxes.
Social Security whenever I retire. I keep
Oh,
hearing...
there's somebody pass out? Can we get some water? Here. Is there a doctor or a paramedic or a nurse?
In some of these videos, I also do detect, you know, a sense of annoyance. Like, just look at how snappy Hillary is. You know, she didn't do that too well. That didn't look very believable. It's just that no one would think that people would go to this crazy of lengths, right? They don't want to think their elected officials are this bad of people, but they are. And we're probably looking at the next president here, Truth Seeker.
Here, just pass that in case that's needed.
We got plenty of money to put this country to work. We need a doctor here. This lady fainted in the heat. Let's give her some water. It's hot out here. Is there a doctor here? All right, we got a doctor. There's nothing the rest of you can do, so pay attention to me. You'll just get in the way.
It's her husband.
She'll be fine. Believe me, at my age, it's rarely does a lady faint on me.
Retire. I keep
Oh,
hearing.
there's somebody pass out. Can we get some water? Here.
True Seeker, did you notice the time of that? I just got to go back. I mean, is it a coincidence? 102, I was talking about how this number is connected to United States of America. She announced her candidacy at the 102nd day of the year, April 12th. All very interesting.
Can we get some water? Here.
Retire. I keep
Oh,
hearing.
there's somebody pass out.
It was an incredible honor to be there, and I'm really happy to have been there today to support the president as he, takes a stand and reinforces the importance of the ACA and the Act, and how important healthcare is for all of us. And I'm extremely embarrassed that I fainted, but honored still to have been there, and happy that he caught me.
Well, then
Thank
you
you.
see yourself
And then she got to go on TV and lobby for Obamacare.
as a great example of Obamacare at its finest, as the president himself leant back to save you.
It's a fun metaphor, I suppose.
So there it was, Truth Seeker. That's how they've done us. All right, until next time. Truth Seeker, I just finished the video. I was about to upload it. I turned on the TV. Paul Begala is on CNN right now at this moment with a panel talking about the Republicans, talking about Hillary. If you pay attention, these are the agents in TV. They've been there for years. Paul Begala's been there since the beginning of Clinton. The 33 agents are abound. All right, until next time.